All right. Now I have the mic set up, so hopefully you can hear me well. So my name is Audra Kubat, and I'm here part of a partnership between Higher Grounds and trading company and Earthwork Music. And so I'm really happy to be here. This is an offering that will come to you every Monday at 9 a.m. It's Earthrise, hashtag Earthrise. And it's a way just to bring community together, kind of set the intention for the week, and celebrate the partnership that we have. Higher Grounds is fair trade, and they're doing really great work, and they've had a long time relationship with Earthwork. They are carrying our physical merchandise too, so you can find Earthwork artists, records and music there, and so wonderful. And so if you can hear me, I know you could give me a thumbs up, but otherwise I'll keep moving forward. Yeah, so as I was thinking about doing this, I started to, I was inspired by that partnership, and so I decided to, tell a story and do a piece that was about collaboration, or it was created through collaboration. And so that is my intention word today, collaboration. So the story is about my grandmother, and she's 96 years old, and she lives in California, and I'm blessed that she is here, that she's here on this planet. And my folks have started this ritual with her, where they call her up, and she's super creative, and they sing a song, they sing an old song that she might know or may not know, and then she tells a story along with that. As soon as they sing the song, she launches into a story just off the top of her head. So the beautiful collaboration there. So I was like, oh, I want to do this with Nana. And so I called her up just a few days ago, and she was asking me about what I'm doing, and I was telling her about the House of Music, and so I've been working really, really hard on this house, transforming it into a space for music education for youth in the neighborhood. And it's been a lot of work, but really, really rewarding. And sort of during this time, when we're sequestered in our houses and such, I've been doing a lot of work in the garden and planting wild things, and and foraging, plants, and I just love trees and plants, and so yeah, working in the garden really hard. And so I said, Nana, I wanna sing, and you can tell a story. And so she's like, yeah, let's try it. And I didn't have a song really prepared or anything, so I just made one up, and I'm gonna try to kind of recreate that and then tell the story. Let's see. The flowers on the trees are oh so sweet, and the birds are singing. Yeah, the flowers on the trees smell oh so sweet, and the birds are singing. They sing la 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 la. Yes, the birds on the trees, they're oh singing, singing all day long. And the leaves on the trees are blowing in the breeze, and the birds are singing. And the leaves on the trees are blowing in the breeze, and the birds are singing. They sing la 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 la. But when the night falls down, the moon comes out. And when the night falls down, the moon comes out, and the birds still sing. So it was something like that. I made up this song, and she goes right into this story, and I'm going to tell it to you the best I can. There once was a little girl, and she woke up to the most beautiful voice singing, and she wondered where this voice was, so she got out of bed and she walked down the street, and she was wondering where did she hear this beautiful voice singing. And so she thought, maybe I should ask the birds. So she sees the birds, and she says, oh, birds, I'm so glad to see you. I wonder if you've heard this beautiful voice, and if you could tell me where this beautiful voice is coming from. And the birds say, oh yes, we have heard this voice. this most beautiful voice, but we don't know where this voice is coming from, but I think it's maybe down the way. So the little girl keeps walking, and she's walking and walking, and then she finally thinks, oh, I should ask the leaves. I'm going to ask the leaves. So she asks the leaves, oh, leaves, and they're shimmering, and she's using shimmering. I'm trying to remember everything. Have you heard this beautiful voice? I want to know where this voice is coming from. And the leaves say, oh, yes, we have heard this beautiful voice, but we don't know where this voice is coming from. I think it's a little further down, maybe over the hill. And so the little girl keeps walking and walking and walking, and it becomes slowly dark, and it's twilight now, and the moon comes out, and the little girl's so happy, and she says, oh, moonlight, moon, beautiful moon, have you heard this most lovely voice singing? And if so, where is this voice coming from? And the moon looks down and says, oh, yes, I have heard this beautiful voice. And the moon shines down its brightest beam, and the little girl follows the bright beam all the way to this house on the hill. And when the girl gets there, a woman opens the door and invites her in. She comes in, and the woman starts to sing, and she's singing so beautifully, and the little girl lays down on her lap and falls asleep. And so the next morning, the little girl wakes up, and she goes into the back, and there's a beautiful garden, and the woman is there humming and working in the garden and planting wild things and working really hard. And the little girl says, oh, you're working so hard, and I would like to stay. I would like to stay here. And the woman says, oh, of course, I would love that. You know, there's so much work to do. And she says, oh, little girl, by the way, what's your name? And the little girl looks up and says, my name is Help. And they lived happily ever after. And so I was so touched by this story, by her creativity, and that collaboration was so beautiful. And so I wanted to share that. And it made me start to think about the relationship that we have with everything. We're collaborating constantly with everything around us. I hope you can hear me okay. I know my computer's getting hot, so it's like breathing really loud. You know, we collaborate with the air and the trees and the earth. We have a partnership, we have a relationship, and it made me start to think about how there's so many of us feel really alone right now, and not just now, but over time, you know, people feel lonely, and I wanted to use this to remind myself that we are in constant collaboration with the things that are around us. They affect us and we affect them. So with that, I want to play a song that is another collaboration with my grandmother and I, actually. So my grandmother wrote a book in her 80s called The Mended Vessel, and it's a story about her growing up in the Appalachian Mountains. Her name's Pearl McCullough, and she grew up in the Appalachian Mountains, the youngest of 11, and to get away from her abusive father, she went to live with her grandmother. She kind of ran away and lived deep in the mountains with her grandmother and learned all about herbs and healing. And it's a beautiful story about survival and her sort of going from there and finally out to California, that's where she is now. So I'm going to play a little song and leave you with this beautiful collaborative song now. And all of it's inspired by reading her book about her life. It's called Mountain Woman. She was born in June in West Virginia. She learned to walk before the leaves turned brown, living off the land that she had found, doing the best with what she's been given. She's a mountain woman, oh yes. And she would sleep beneath the stars, always dirt under her nails from digging. The hand that she'd been dealt was busy dealing heartaches and heartbreaks she's a mountain woman. Oh yes. They shall move out west to California, pull herself up in that old mountain way. Though she left behind, you'll hear them say, she can save your life, she can break your heart, she's a mountain woman. Oh yes. Oh, I might have to cough, jeez. She cooked and washed in a logging camp, fingers worn down, just flesh and bone. The sacrifice was the life she'd known. When she saved a timberman, took him time ash and spider webs, that mountain woman. Oh yes. True story. Then she raised a family. She made the clothes and farmed the food that they ate. But something strong would draw her away. Watch her look out at the western sky, she's a mountain woman. Oh yes. Then she moved out west to California, put herself up in that old mountain way. And though she left behind, you'll hear them say, she can save your life, she can break your heart. And she was strong. She brought 2 baby girls along, but there was something there she wanted to keep. There was something there she wanted to free. Oh, to free that mountain woman. Oh yes. Looking back at all the troubles, it weighs you down like stones in your coat pockets. She's been down, but now she found the byway, and she is the pioneer. She is a survivor, a mended vessel, and she is my blood, that mountain woman. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry about my computer being loud. I feel like it's probably making a lot of sound, but I hope that you go into this week feeling grounded, and that you think about all the collaborative work that you are already doing in your life with this beautiful planet, and the trees, and the birds, and the leaves. Thank you to Higher Ground for all their work and their wonderful partnership with Earthwork Music, and please visit the page. It was very fitting that, of course, Seth kicked this off as the founder of Earthwork, and I'm one of the newest members, so it was really wonderful to be here with you. You can find my music online. My name is Audra Kubat, and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Tune back into the Earthwork page at noon if you would like to have a tour of Detroit House of Music. I'm going to be there walking around and talking about the work, and then later Seth will be back to do a workshop with us. So we'll see you later. Thank you so much.